Okay, we got kitty number 1, which is the D8 1H Caterpillar tractor. We got the fuel system for the starting engine plumbed, fresh fuel in it. We've managed to get the magneto to give us some spark, which that's what it's supposed to do. We've managed to free up this starting engine with a 3/4 inch drill running for about 45 minutes. And my sister is just pouring water in it right now, and we're looking for leaks. They did a pocket knife drain plug deal on this. Basically, when they wanted to drain it, they just took a pocket knife to this radiator hose down here and let the water come out. So I had to put a new piece of hose on there. But we're getting real close to trying to make this thing light some fire. We've got 2 more things to do. We have to adjust the starting engine clutch. We have to check the diesel fuel pump, high pressure pump, to make sure that the sump is full of oil. So we're really looking forward to seeing what we can do with this lovely old girl. We'll check you later. Bye. Okay, little Fluffy, the D8, has just given us a massive heartbreak. We put about 20 gallons of water in it, and it still wanted more water. And we kept looking for where the water was going. And we went to pull a dipstick to see if it went in the crankcase, which it did not. But looky here. There's a massive crack in the back of the block, and it's dribbling water down there. Just about have to keep a garden hose in this old girl in order to keep her running for any length of time. But we've gone so far, we are going to see if we can't get this thing to run enough to at least move it out of the way. And then we'll fill it full of water and move it back in the bushes into their scrap heap, I guess. Or maybe we still be able to load it on a lowboy and get it to the museum. But somebody didn't drain it in time, and this is Montana, and it gets awful cold in the winter. Bye for now. Okay, you remember we have 2 kitties here. We've named them Fluffy and Princess, because a friend of ours thought those were pretty names for them. So Fluffy here, if you remember, had a crack in the block that we could not hold water in it. So we thought about it a couple days and thought, well, it would be nice to get some nickel iron rod and an arc welder out here and a chipping hammer and weld it up. But I'm not so good at verticals, and I might have messed that up, so I didn't bother to rent a welder and get some nickel iron rod. But I did V that crack out real nice with a burr grinder and with an angle head grinder. And you can see that sucker went all the way down the side and around to the bottom of the block. And so I have got some JB Weld. I wanted to get Belzona metal, but nobody's ever heard of Belzona metal in Lake County, Montana. But I got some JB Weld, which is pretty much similar. So I'm going to patch this up with some JB Weld, let it set up overnight, and tomorrow morning we're going to pour water in this old girl and see if she can hold it. You know, she was incontinent when we tried first. So we're going to get to work here, patching this up with JB Weld. We'll get back to you. Okay, here we are again at the beautiful Chef Guest Ranch in Charlotte, Montana. And we have Fluffy here. She thinks she wants to run again after 30 some years. There's 5 generations of the Chef family that have been involved, and the last 2 generations have never seen this machine move, except when it was towed here several years ago to make room for a house. But it lived up the street about a 1/4 of a mile for many, many years in the woods. So we got the starting engine to run yesterday. We've got everything ready. We've got coolant in it, and it's holding. The Mother Nature block drain was about 1 foot long, and we V'd it out with a burr grinder and put some JB weld on it, and there's no leaks there. How about that? Well, we got a couple other little leaks here and there. There's another crack right in there. It's hard to see, but it's not leaking. So what we'll do is, if we can get this thing to run and get it good and hot, we'll put some block sealer in it and run it and get that to work. So right now, we're going to turn on the gasoline to the starting engine, and no, it's not a motor. It's not a pony motor. I'll have a nice debate with anybody that calls it a motor, because it's an engine. And we will crank it like a Model T. We will get it to run, and then we will try to engage the pinion and the starting engine clutch and see if the diesel will turn. We've barred it. We know that it's free, but that cap has not been off that exhaust pipe for many, many, many years. So we're going to remove it because we're optimistic here. So I'm going to turn this off for a minute until I can reset it. And we're going to take the can off the top there, off the stack. And we are going to think really, really optimistic, and we're going to make this old girl run.